Hi everybody, today you're in for a treat. I'm going to do a food tour of Istanbul. We're going to explore the best places and have the yummiest food that you can find here in Istanbul. I'm going to show you my favorite places here and we're going to check it out together. Welcome back to Istanbul, Turkey. If you want to know which Turkish food you have to try on your next trip to Istanbul, this travel video is for you. I will go over the best Istanbul street food to try and some amazing tips for Turkish breakfast, lunch, dinner and sweet desserts. So let's get started right away with 20 tips not to miss on which Turkish food to try and the best food places in Istanbul. Let's start a little Istanbul food tour with Menemen. Menemen is a great way to start the day in Istanbul. This classic Turkish breakfast dish consists of soft scrambled eggs with lots of silky green peppers and fresh tomato. It can, but does not have to, include a dash of dried herbs and a touch of heat from some chili flakes. Its fluffy and slightly watery consistency make it special and quite different from your usual scrambled eggs. It's a simple and yummy dish that you just cannot go wrong with. Most traditional Turkish restaurants that are open for breakfast will be happy to serve you their version of Menemen. For a more elaborate breakfast, you have to try Cavalti. Cavalti translates as before the coffee and is the traditional Sunday breakfast in Turkey. It's a hearty breakfast buffet consisting of very small dishes with bread, cheese, eggs, olives and honey. A standard Cavalti spread will have the table groaning under its weight thanks to its many dishes. Expect tons of flatbread, various cheeses, jam, cucumber and tomato slices, olives, honey, boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, Symmet, yogurts, and the list goes on and on. During the breakfast feast, tea is sipped throughout, with an optional extra strong coffee served up towards the end to deliver a final caffeine kick. Do yourself a favor and don't leave Istanbul without having had at least one full-on Cavalti experience. Symmet, also sometimes falsely called the Turkish bagel, is a type of circular-shaped bread that's usually dipped in water sweetened with molasses and coated in sesame seeds before baking. Symmet are sold by street vendors all across Istanbul and make for a great cheap, quick bite on the go. But these skinny rings of sesame seed covered dough can also be part of a more elaborate Turkish breakfast. Symmet look like bagels, but that's where the commonalities stop. They have less mass and they aren't cooked like bagels as they are not boiled. They are flavorful and have a slightly shiny golden brown crust. You will most likely find the red Symmet cart somewhere in the neighborhood where you will be staying. The earlier you can get to buy your Symmets in the morning, the better, as they are best when they're fresh from the oven. But no matter when or where you get them, it's a must try when you're in Istanbul. Very nice. Another great snack, Lemme, is available at street food stalls all across Istanbul. It consists of flatbread that is stuffed with cheese, vegetables, spinach, potato or meat, which is then toasted on a griddle for a crunchy texture. This crepe-like snack is filling and yummy at the same time. No wonder it's so popular with locals and tourists alike. Also sometimes called the Turkish pizza, pita is a canoe-shaped flatbread filled with meat toppings such as Turkish sausage, minced meat and lamb meat. A classic pita is generally topped with cheese and vegetables. What makes pita special though is its final touch, where the chef usually breaks an egg on it right after the pita is taken out of the oven. It is widely available, doesn't break the bank and makes for a great and filling snack at any time of the day. Kumpir makes for a quintessential Istanbul street eat experience that you don't want to miss. A gigantic baked potato filled with a choice of a dozen or more toppings is not only a yummy treat, but also very filling. No wonder it's so popular with tourists and locals. Kumpir is also an excellent vegetarian option and a welcome change to the many meaty foods in town. A huge potato is lifted from the oven, placed into a cardboard tray and then cut in half lengthways. Butter and grated cheese are then mashed into a fluffy potato. Once ready, you can pick amongst a mind-boggling variety of toppings. And while your mind may tell you that these will never go well together, don't be shy. They are all very yummy. So my advice is to go full in and do like everyone else. Pick a bit of everything: pickled red cabbage, garlic yogurt sauce, Italian salad, pickled vegetables, mushrooms, couscous, hot chili sauce, chopped red cabbage and yogurt, jalapenos, sliced cucumber, sliced hot dog, plain natural yogurt, the list goes on and on. A great place to have kumpir is in Ortaköy, where you'll find a strip of stands serving kumpir right down at the Bosphorus, where you have a beautiful view at the Bosphorus Bridge. Walking along the pedestrianized cobbled streets, you can take your pick amongst the many vendors that will all compete for your attention. If you're still hungry after kumpir, which is humanly close to impossible, get yourself some baklava for dessert. Baklava is another one of these famous sweet foods of Turkey that are appreciated all over the world. This yummy pastry is made from layer upon layer of flaky puff pastry with fillings of chopped nuts in between. It's then baked, and once cooled, it is topped with a sweet syrup that lends it its addictive taste. Available almost everywhere in Istanbul and really all over Turkey and the Middle East, baklava is a must-try traditional dessert when in Istanbul. Another one of Turkey's most iconic sweets, Turkish Delight, is famous all over the world. It's not only beautiful to look at, with its bright colors and dusting of powdered sugar, it's also extremely yummy. Also called Lookum, this confection is made from a gel starch and sugar and comes in numerous varieties and flavors, artistically put together in sushi-like rolls that can contain chopped nuts, dates and fruit, flavored with rose, orange and lemon water. It's easily available at any food market or tourist stall, but the best Lookum can be found in specialized stores that take great pride in offering homemade varieties of this iconic dessert. Turkish Delight also makes for a great gift to bring back home.
Chocolate with the big spot. Oreo.
That's really nice.
All these sweet yumminess made you thirsty? Ayran is hands down my favorite drink in Turkey. If you've never tried it before, Ayran can be an intriguing experience. It has a slightly sour taste from the natural yogurt and is a bit salty. This refreshing drink is served icy cold and is the best way to rehydrate on a hot summer day. It's Turkey's national drink, but can also be found in other countries across the Middle East and the Balkans. You can also make Ayran at home. It's simply natural unsweetened yogurt, soda water and salt blended together in a mixer until you get that frothy texture. You can also find Ayran in most supermarkets in Turkey, where it comes in smaller yogurt cups and larger bottles. Let's check out Durum and Tantuni. Durum is one of those foods that you can find almost anywhere in Istanbul. It comes with chicken, beef, cheese or veggies wrapped in a thin tortilla and comes in various levels of spicy. Tantuni is similar to Durum and features beef, tomatoes, peppers and a generous sprinkling of spices. A great place to get good Durum and Tantuni is of course Taksim Square, where you'll find plenty of restaurants.
It's so nice. Simple and nice. Can't go wrong with that. It's slightly spicy, but not too much. Just the right amount. Chicken and salad and some nice sauce. Tomatoes. Very nice.
Castana is Turkish for chestnuts, which get roasted over a fire on a metal pan with holes drilled in it, and then carefully placed in an aesthetic arrangement around the vendor's cart. Street vendors can be spotted from afar as the alluring smell of roasted chestnuts fills the air and you get tempted to buy some before you even see the vendor cart. You tell the vendor how many you want, and for little money, you get a paper bag full of hot Castana. A perfect snack for an evening walk across Istanbul. Once cooked, the texture of Castana is similar to that of a baked potato, with a delicate, sweet and nutty flavor. Perhaps the most popular fast food export from Turkey is Derner. The word Derner means turning and refers to the rotating meat. The meat is placed on a slowly rotating vertical spit, which allows an even cooking from the outside. As the meat cooks, the vendor uses a long blade to slice off thin slithers from top to bottom. These flavorful slices of meat are then served to the customers in the order they have been requested. The classic Derner is a burrito-like wrap made with beef, lamb or chicken, which is thinly sliced or wrapped together with tomatoes, onions, cabbage, garlic, yogurt and various spices. But you can also get all of this without the wrap on a plate, as it makes for a full and delicious meal. I've seen numerous variations of Derner, but if you're craving the real thing, do come to Istanbul and try this delicious and filling snack. You can thank me later. There are quite a few street vendors selling homemade natural juices in Istanbul. The most common fruits used by these vendors are pomegranates and oranges, but you can find many other flavors too. These juices are made right in front of you and are super fresh. While freshly squeezed juices are all good, definitely try the pomegranate juice. It makes for a delicious, healthy and inexpensive refresher on a hot day. Note that tourists are charged up to 10 Turkish lira or about $3.40 for a small cup of juice, but you can find it in local areas for just 3 Turkish liras as well, about $1. Balik Ekmek is one of Istanbul's most iconic street foods and a great meal for any time of the day. And you can't really go wrong with it, as its secret lies in its simplicity. It's simply a white bread roll with freshly fried fish and onions. While the fish unfortunately no longer comes from the Bosphorus and is now imported from Norway, it still makes for such a nice experience to sit down at any of those small restaurants housed in colorfully decorated boats that are located below the Galata Bridge to feast on these tasty sandwiches, watching the fishermen and boats passing by on the Bosphorus.
So it doesn't get more simple than this. This is basically fish, onions, and some green salad in a sandwich, and it's very yummy. It's simple but good. Very good.
Now it's time for another iconic Turkish dessert, Cuneife. Cuneife is some sort of a cake made out of cheese and pistachio, which is crispy on the outside and soft and chewy on the inside. It's best served hot and usually can be bought from a local shop and ordered in restaurants. It makes for a simple but yummy dessert. Definitely give it a try. Meze is a term that is widely used across the Middle East and refers to a range of small dishes that are served before a meal, with drinks or sometimes as accompaniments to the main course. Meze in Turkey generally consists of items like dolma, the stuffed vine leaves, herb yogurt, cheese, flatbread, hummus, meatballs, and more. Meze are not only beautiful to look at, but are also perfect for sharing in a larger group. While meant as an appetizer, I often order meze as the main dish, as the many little plates full of yumminess are quite filling and absolutely delicious. Kebab is the famous dish consisting of small pieces of meat, tomatoes, onions and other veggies threaded onto skewers and grilled, generally over charcoal. I have had the hands down best kebab in Istanbul in one of the many side streets of Istiklal Street in Beyoğlu. The juicy yummy meat, combined with the many sauces, salads, thin flatbread and veggie stews, was just an unforgettable culinary experience. Do yourself a favor and try a real Turkish kebab feast at least once during your stay in Istanbul. If If you like fresh fish, Istanbul is a great place to have the daily catch fresh on your plate for lunch or dinner. My favorite place to have fish in Istanbul is Karakoy, where you can find a number of panoramic restaurants line the shore where the Golden Horn meets the Bosphorus. The fish there is affordable and the views are unmatched, as you can watch the ferry boats and fishermen below as you enjoy an amazing meal. A great and healthy snack you can find in many places in Istanbul are nuts, almonds and pistachios. Market sellers offer them in small and large quantities, and they make just for such a great snack on the go. Pistachios come either in salted or unsalted variations, and you can find some seasoned varieties as well. I found them much cheaper than in other places I've traveled to, and they're fresh and just really tasty. Let's finish our list of Turkish food tips with one last treat, Turkish ice cream. But dondurma is not just ice cream, it is a full-on ice cream show experience. Turkish ice cream has a slightly chewy texture and is offered by the many street vendors who put up a dramatic performance before finally serving dondurma to you. A favorite with kids is the teasing with ice cream cones that never quite seem to make it into your hand, as they always get pulled back at the very last second. It's definitely a must-have experience when in Istanbul and a perfect treat on a hot day or a relaxing evening.
Oh my god.
Okay, this concludes my little culinary journey through Istanbul. Of course, the selection is by no means complete and only represents a subjective perspective on some of my favorite food in Istanbul and tips on which Turkish food to try when traveling to Istanbul. If I had more time during my last trip, I would have included steamed mussels with rice, kokoreç, manti, burek, tayuk pilav, and so much more on this list. But I hope you enjoyed the selection in this Istanbul food video with the best dishes to eat in Turkey. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment down below, and also check out my other videos on beautiful Turkey and many other amazing travel destinations. Have a good one.